Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are having a fantastic day. If you're new to the channel, my name is Parker Nierenstein, and this is Vehicle Virgins. It is day 2 of the Geneva International Auto Show. We are starting the day off at the Intercontinental Hotel, and Lathyrus P, super cool guy, I met him yesterday, has brought his Koenigsegg GTR R. This thing has the most insane spec, and I have seen it in tons of Instagram pictures online, but never in person. And the craze it was causing this morning, there were so many car spotters, it was ridiculous. So cool to see Koenigsegg's actually being used in person. Absolutely stunning exposed blue carbon, and I know the gold pattern isn't for everyone, but I actually really like it. Carbon fiber wheels, unbelievable. Right-hand drive as well. Never seen a right-hand drive Koenigsegg before. I am in love with the shape of the RS's rear wing. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you. I'm tired.
Yeah, me too.
It's like a car show out here. We got a Wraith black badge. About to enter the show, and we've been greeted by these two Rolls Royces. Seeing the long wheelbase Phantom in person is absolutely staggering. I reviewed the new Phantom 8, but in the US they hadn't revealed the long wheelbase version yet. There is no way that it needed more legroom in the back, but people who want it, there you go. I wanted to take another look at the Senna GTR after learning some more awesome facts about it. Now, interestingly enough, McLaren knew from the get-go, this isn't all that surprising, that they were going to build a Senna GTR. So in development of the Senna, they actually took the race car in mind. This was developed to be a race car, and then slightly, and I mean in the slightest amount, toned it down so that it could be road legal and actually drivable. Now, it's not focused on comfort whatsoever. Driving it on long trips is probably not going to be ideal, but that's what makes it so special. That's what's cool with the Ultimate series of McLarens, is because they're so limited, because they're only making 500 Sennas, they're only making 75 of these, they can really tailor it to a precise need, and that is to be as fast around the track as possible. Like I said, they're making 75 Senna GTRs. As of today, I believe they are pretty much 100% sold out. There are obviously some differences between this and the road car, namely more downforce. So this makes 2,200 pounds of downforce as opposed to 1,760 in the road car. Both staggering numbers. A little bit more horsepower, claimed over 814, which I imagine it's quite a bit more than that. Now look at the aerodynamic elements that they've added to this that allow it to have more downforce than the road car. The front splitter is so big and so low, it actually looks like you could sleep on it. Then we've got these front canards, massive side skirts, and the rear wing, although shockingly not really all that much larger than on the production car, it's been moved slightly farther back for more downforce over the rear wheels to counteract the additional downforce at the front. Now the rear diffuser is unbelievable. They have paid zero attention to styling. This is 100% function, and it helps balance out the additional downforce in the front as compared to the rear. I can't imagine driving this thing. McLaren claims it is going to be the fastest track toy, almost as quick as driving an F1 car around the track, and you can go ahead and buy one of these. Obviously, extremely expensive, $1.4 million. It's got a slightly wider track than the road car, obviously on slicks as well, so the levels of grip, I'm sure, is staggering. Let's go see what else the show has to offer. We have found our way back to the Mansory stand again, because you need to be here. What is it that draws you to Mansory so much?
The extreme nature that they take cars that we all love so much.
Yeah.
In some people's eyes, butcher them. In other people's eyes, make them even better.
It's actually unbelievable. They're pushing the envelope farther and farther every year. They don't care about the negative criticism. People, oh, you're ruining the car, this and that. They almost laugh at that and then make it more extreme. I mean, look what they've done to this Bugatti. What I think is cool is because the designs are so intense, so extreme, even us who really appreciate the 720 don't like some of the other designs. You never know what you're going to get. That's kind of fun and exciting. What is Mansory going to do next? It's almost not predictable, other than the fact that it probably will look like nothing you have ever seen before. Have you ever seen in your entire life a carbon fiber bodied electric golf cart? There is no way you have it. Neither have I. This is unbelievable. They actually did a really good job with this. And check out the interior. You've got this luxurious leather seat, nice display. I'm ready to go golfing, are you? Love it or hate it, Liberty Walk has some polarizing designs. I have this distinct memory of watching, for the first time, a Liberty Walk Aventador in Japan shooting flames with its ridiculous exhaust. Obviously, it's not for everyone, but I was having a conversation with some friends the other day about who was the originator, who first cut in, did these riveted fenders. Was it Liberty Walk? Was it RWB? And we came to the conclusion that it actually might be Porsche with the 993 GT2. That car has riveted wide fenders from the factory. That is one rare, good-looking Porsche. I do have to say, this looks properly aggressive. So low to the ground, likely on air suspension. Look at the canards. Obviously similar front carbon fiber hood to what I've just done on my car. Crazy. As I was saying, when they came out with the current generation Maybach, its one issue was actually distinguishing itself from the S-Class. They made the S-Class platform so capable, so luxurious, that when the Maybach came out, it didn't look all that different, and it wasn't actually that much of a step above. In fact, when I got my S-Class, it turned out that there was a Maybach sitting at the dealership for the next 5 months that they couldn't get rid of, and by the end of it, they almost were going to let it go for a similar price that I got my S550. Now with this new one, with the new front grille, the new lights, as well as the two-tone paint job, while I'm not in love with this particular configuration, it seriously does make it stand out like the previous generation Maybach did. Let's go ahead and hop in the interior, shall we? The level of comfort in here is ridiculous. I mean, look at the legroom, the headroom, and I have to say, these are the softest pillows ever to be fitted in a car. I could absolutely fall asleep in here. This feels like flying in a private jet. And obviously the ride quality is as smooth as flying through non-turbulent air. There is something special about a Maybach, and it begs the question, for this price point, does it make any sense to spend twice, or in some cases almost 3 times more, on a Rolls-Royce Phantom? Comment in the comment section below. What do you guys think? A new Maybach for half the price of a new Phantom might be a good deal. Now, the big reveal from BMW at this show is the M8 concept. Last time, I don't know if you guys remember this, when I was at the LA Auto Show, they revealed the X7 concept, and I am praying that they actually develop an SUV that looks somewhat like this. With auto manufacturers, they make these concept cars that are just absolutely mind-blowing, that look so good. They push the limits of what's possible with designs. Now, when they're coming out with a more practical car that's usable on the roads, the engineers and the designers have to work together to make something that actually is feasible. Obviously, these wheels are likely to be too big, and one thing you notice a lot on concept cars is the mirrors. They're much thinner, much more streamlined than what's allowed legally. As I was just saying about concept cars, and Paul pointed this out, he's like, I knew you were gonna talk about the mirrors on concept cars. There is a perfect example here, the coolest looking mirrors, but they won't meet any legal standards. What do you think about the new Mavic Pro?
That's usually technology gets smaller with time.
Yeah, it's gotten a little less portable.
It's got a bit of reverse.
You think that attaches to the car and it lifts off like a drone?
Yeah. I don't think that you can get that through hand luggage.
Oh, this thing is actually an Audi.
This is
yep. Oh, it's
it's flying.
Oh my God.
It actually picks you up.
Behind me is the all-new Mercedes-AMG G63, and this is a big deal because this is the first major redesign that the G63 has really had. Now, when you see it in pictures, it looked a little off, but in the flesh, honestly, it looks fantastic. Under the hood is a 4-liter bi-turbo V8 that's powering most of the AMG vehicles nowadays, 577 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque, meaning this massive SUV can do 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds. But the big news is that they have radically changed the interior. Finally, we have the massive dual 12.3-inch screens that we're seeing in the S-Class trickle down to the E-Class, and now we have it in the G63. And while at first it seemed a bit out of place, it actually actually looks quite nice. It finally feels inside like it deserves its $130,000 plus price tag. Behind me is one of the most insane cars ever created. This is the Aston Martin Valkyrie AMR Pro, the track-only version of the Aston Martin Valkyrie, and they are only making 25 of these. What's crazy is the road car has astronomical figures. What do you think the downforce is on an Aston Martin Valkyrie? 4,000 pounds of downforce, and a lot of that is due to ground effects caused by the Venturi tunnels that run along the sides of a Valkyrie, eliminating the need for a massive stationary rear wing. Apparently, the AMR Pro can pull 3.3 Gs in a turn and lap tracks as fast as a Formula One car. I mean, just look at this thing, all of the aerodynamic elements, and I love you can look through all the way to the back of the car through the front splitter. I mean, look at the different levels of the splitter. It's got 4 different rungs. There is certainly no wheel gap between the fenders and the tires. I don't even see how the wheels can turn. I mean, every element of this car is unique. When have you ever seen a car that's shaped like this? It basically takes the teardrop shape and doesn't have anything to the sides of it. The rear wing, the wheels, the diffuser, the front splitter, it's just staggering. This is the new Aston Martin Lagonda concept, and look at the way the headlights illuminate the forged carbon fiber element of the front bumper. Definitely an interesting choice of materials for the interior. Yeah, that's interesting to say the least. We have naturally found our way back to the Koenigsegg stand. What do you think of the Regera?
Well, this is the first time, bearing in mind we've been here for the last 24 hours, this is the first time that we've seen it with the doors shut, the boot down, the engine bay shut. We can see what it would look like on the road. I'm blown away on the spec. The spec's insane.
Absolutely nailed it. I think Koenigsegg's in general in white look incredible. And I just noticed actually over here, they've got a Regera engine. And as you can see, this car does not have a transmission. It's one gear, which is this crazy invention that Christian came up with. And somehow he was able to pull it off.
He's in the background.
And he's also in the background, yeah. This right here is a Hyundai that I would buy. Oh, this is the ultimate car for texting and driving. You just put your phone right in the middle of the steering wheel. Wow, an off-roading Formula One car. Wow. I never thought I would say that one of my favorite cars at the show was a Honda, but this Honda Urban EV concept is absolutely incredible, and apparently they're actually going to turn this into a reality. They've got another one over there that won't be, but check out the interior, just the overall design of this. It's awesome. That is so cool. And then check out how modern and futuristic the interior is with that massive one-piece screen. You've even got a screen wrapped around on the door. I doubt that'll make it to production, but see, this is super useful. Somebody pulls up next to you and they scream, hey, hey, your battery's low. You can see from the outside. This is the future of bumper stickers. Imagine if you could program this to say whatever you wanted. Oh, I would abuse that. I would abuse that. Another crazy, weird, quirky car, this VW ID Buzz concept. I saw this at the LA Auto Show. It was just blown away. I love the way this thing looks. And check out this ornament it has on the front dash. How many cars have you seen with that on the dash? It is fully autonomous, so you don't really need a steering wheel. This seat is completely backwards. Tons of space. It actually looks like these seats move along these tracks as well. Check out the design of the new Zenvo's rear wing. So not only does it tilt this way, but it also tilts this way while going around turns for more downforce over the important tires. That is wild. Well, here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the BMW M8 Gran Coupe concept. Now, we saw the new 8 Series concept at the LA Auto Show, and I was absolutely blown away by the design. There was hints, there was rumors about them making an M8 finally. and here it is. Now later this year, in the fall, they are coming out with the production 8 Series Coupe and Convertible. But now clearly, they've revealed the fact that they are making a Grand Coupe, a 4-door version of that. This is indirectly replacing the 6 Series. They're trying to move the 6 Series upscale with the 8 Series Coupe. They've got a true competitor to something like the Mercedes S-Class Coupe and the S63 AMG. It's exciting to see, finally, BMW have a halo car with the M8. Now, the engine options haven't been confirmed yet, but likely we're gonna have anything from an 830i with a 6-cylinder all the way up to potentially an M860i with a twin-turbo V12, and then we'll have the performance variant, the M8, which will likely share a powertrain with the new BMW M5. So 4.4-liter twin-turbocharged V8 making 600 plus horsepower. That will be exciting to see. But the design of this is absolutely stunning, and I'm hoping that they stick to the majority of this for the production version. Now, we've seen leaked images of the new full-fledged production 8 Series, and in pictures, in these leaked camera phone pictures, it didn't look all that good. It's like they took that beautiful concept, they toned it down 10 notches and came out with the production car, although we'll have to see when we actually get real pictures. But if they make the M8 Grand Coupe look like this, it'll be a winner. What do you think of the new M8?
Dude, I was just thinking, imagine being stuck at the red lights and an M8 Grand Coupe comes up behind you. That's the most intimidating thing.
I'd feel pretty lame about myself.
Yeah. But it's so aggressive from the front that if they build it and it looks like that.
Yeah, they need to.
Yeah.
The front, the gaping grills, it's polarizing, and it's epic. And it will sell if you make it like that. I know they're worried about being too edgy, that they'll eliminate some of the market.
I think in that market, it needs to be, the more aggressive, the better.
Absolutely. And it stirs up the enthusiast market too, and the people who are writing about it and really sharing their opinions on it. If you create something wild, people will like it. People will like it. As with the Z4, the M8, and the X7, here is yet another example of a stunning concept car that they need to actually bring to fruition. Imagine if Mazda actually released something that looked like this. Now, once again, check out the mirrors, way too thin, but just the aggression of the front end, the lights, it's stunning. Another long but exciting day, and we are back at the hotel. That concludes today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're not part of the Vehicle Virgins family yet, smash that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. I look forward to seeing you next video.